This is the beginning of video 2 of the final organizing an illustration into layers project, which is going to be the final. So where I left off last time in the previous video is the path I've drawn for my shoreline, and you can see it here. Part of it being cut off by the edge of my video recording capabilities. So on my layers, I'm going to make 3 new ones, actually 2 new ones. I have my ocean. New layer, shoreline, new layer, land. I'll arrange them accordingly by simply just moving them where I need to. Ocean is on the bottom. Shoreline in between the land and the ocean. With the ocean layer selected, I'm going to select it, copy it, Command C, go to my, and actually I was on my original map, go to my ocean layer, paste it, notice the color change, go to my shoreline layer, paste it, and go to my land layer and paste it. I want to make sure it is on my shoreline layer. And what I'm doing is pasting in front. Command F. So Command C for copy, Command F to paste in front. When you paste it in front, it lands exactly where it was cut from. So I want to make sure that it lands all along my original map, which is not on this demonstration file, but is over here. Selecting my ocean layer, because that's what I want to draw on. I'll go to my pen tool and simply close this as a shape. Here I'm going to make sure I'm in CMYK and choose a blue for my ocean. Whatever color blue I choose, I'm going to save in my swatches, because I have to use that exact color blue. Here it is, here it is, here it is, and here it is. So by just simply dragging it down next to these other colors, it's saved. And in reality, this ocean shape can be just a big square, because the land is going to cover it up anyway. So on my land layer, once again, click, shift for a straight line, and close that shape. Nudge, nudge, nudge. with my arrows. Here's the land layer. So if I open my ocean layer too, zoom in, it's almost perfect. And it should be perfect. There we go. So now, turning both of those off, I'll select my shoreline layer. Turn it on. So, as I said, the shoreline is blended lines. Selecting it, no fill, just a stroke. This stroke color is my saved color blue. This blue stroke is going to be very thick. I'm going to only see this much of it. We can see some points and angles sticking up in places. So under stroke, I'm going to round off the corners and the caps. Again, show options if you don't see those. I'm now going to copy that, Command C, and paste it in front, Command F. And of course, you folks using a PC, it would be Control C and Control F. That new one is selected now because I just pasted it in front. It's an exact copy of my blue line. But what I want is a very thin, a quarter point, white stroke. Deselect, zoom in, and you can see that white stroke laying on top of the thick blue stroke. Especially apparent if we go to wireframe, Command Y, Command Y, Command Y, Command Y, found under View, Outline, View, Preview. So we have two items here. Also apparent if we select both of them. Notice here question marks because they're two different colors. As I said, this is a blend. Object, blend, options. What I want is smooth color. However, I want to decide the number of steps. If we choose smooth color, the computer may put up to 150 steps where 35 might work to give the illusion of smooth color. Again, the less number, the more efficient the drawing and the quicker it displays. So again, specified steps, 35. Now to actually make the blend, Command Option B, Object, Blend, Make, Command Option B. Zoom out. Turn on the other layers. And here you have your shoreline. The end of that path is sticking out here, so a simple white box cutting off the area that you don't need. Whoops, and again I was on my shoreline layer. Always look over here and make sure you're working on the correct layer. And you don't really need a layer for boxes, but just to keep the theme going. Paste in front. Nudge. And you would do the same thing on the bottom, probably. So that's how you make your blended shoreline that fades off into your ocean. Once again, if this ocean layer is any other color than what you did not say or you chose, you're going to see a line here. So whatever you chose, be sure to save it and use it. Back to my map. Here's the original, my ocean. Again, lakes, shorelines, the landmass, other areas on the land, and so forth. And again, the idea of having this down here now is that you can turn on anything, and this is what I will do when I'm grading, and see how it matches up. How the land matches up with the map. How the ocean matches up with the map. How the roads do. How the rivers do. And so forth. That ends the second of 3 videos for this project.